Salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. Okay. First and foremost, I hope everyone is well. Florida, we just got hit with a hurricane. There's some toppled trees some places. I think our neighbor's tree fell over and like broke the gate. You know, actually two trees. But the chickens are doing fine. But I hope you guys are out there and that you're doing fine, and that you're hanging in there. Everyone that's in Florida. For some people, this was like a major hurricane in which, you know, there's a lot of people in North and South Carolina that are still going through a lot. So, yeah, I'm hoping that you guys are safe as well. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk. I know usually I talk about Holochain. We are not talking about Holochain. We may get into a little bit of Holo, but we're not talking about Holochain today. The world is a mess right now. Okay, there's a plethora of things that I want to talk about as far as what's happening within the crypto space. How do we handle the things that are going on right now? And then what are we doing with our lives? And how are we moving forward? So we're going to understand a lot of truths, what I feel are the truth of what the reality is. And so let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to cover a lot of the major cryptocurrencies, a couple of the major cryptocurrencies. Then we're going to go into some macroeconomic stuff. But let's start off with this. We're looking at Coinbase here. CoinMarketCap. And we see here that, you know, Bitcoin's kind of hovering at 61,000. It's pretty much been doing the same as always. In the crypto space, I mean, we can go back like 10 years and see pretty much the same stuff in the top coins here. We're going to talk a little bit about Cardano. We're going to talk about a little bit about Charles Hoskinson as well. We're going to definitely get there. But yeah, we're going to talk about China. It looks like a lot of the meme coins have been doing well. I'm not risking, you know, I don't really have money to risk in there anyways, but like it's just, I don't know, it's just one of those things to where I just don't want to touch meme coins. It's just too risky for me. There's not enough, I don't know, not enough meat and potatoes for me. So anyway, continuing on, we have a lot of protocols and crypto projects that people like, oh man, this is going to be the next big thing. First and foremost, I know a lot of you are tired. This has been like one of the worst halving years we have seen, and it's just, actually, I think this is the worst, not one of the worst. It is the worst halving year that we have ever seen. Obviously, I feel like we're going to have a gigantic bounce back, but the question is not how, but when. So we're going to get into that as well. The first thing is I want to talk a little bit about, let me move this over here. Excuse me. I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin. We see that, look, I know a lot of you love Bitcoin. The reality of a lot of these big crypto projects is that they're very manipulated. That's just truth. I don't know how to tell you otherwise. And so you have to understand that we are extremely early to the party. And when the manipulators want to move Bitcoin up, they will. I'm not saying that Bitcoin is a terrible asset. It is always going to be a store of value, but it's going to go up. And a lot of these manipulators or market manipulators understand that. Now, how far up, we just really don't know. But it should be noted that I'm assuming, and I'm going to predict that it's gonna be up there. Excuse me, I'm sorry, you guys, but I have to keep my phone on for personal reasons. A lot of people have got a lot going on. I am one of them as well. Okay, so here, look, we have this report here. I just kind of want to go over it with you guys. And I've noticed this. I've said this in my past videos. Back, this is way back, like 3-4 years ago. And unfortunately, you know, I don't make the best videos, so nobody's gonna listen. But you know, you could save yourself a lot of heartache and time by just ignoring the markets. Like just ignoring. I DCA, well, not DCA, excuse me, I don't have a job for that, but I have what I've had a while back, and I've just kept it there. You know, just leave it. So, all of these news that continues to go around in circles about China and does it like crypto, does it not like crypto, blah 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 blah. It's like it gets old, it gets tiresome, and for a lot of people, for a lot of us, we're tired. We're tired in the market. We just are. We're tired of the ambiguity. We're tired of not understanding some of these damn projects and where they're trying to go. We're tired of centralization. We're tired of manipulators. We're just tired. And we, everyday citizens, the working class, the working poor, whatever you want to call us, we're just freaking tired of all the bullshit. We got the hurricanes, and then we have the politics behind the hurricanes, and then we have, you know, this whole election has been crazy, and Biden is in and he's out, and his terrible interview, and then we have Harris, and now it's Trump, and Trump being sued, and all of whatever the fuck is going on. There's just a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on. 23andMe, seven of the people, not founders, but what do you call those people that are but 27 of them just fell off after 23andMe, you know, with the whole scam that they were doing. And I believe that happened the same day or the same time frame as this whole Diddy thing. And this whole, you know, people still talking about Epstein and all this stuff. We have a lot going on in this world. So I'm going to ask you guys what I want you to do. And by the way, we have poor leadership. We'll get into that a little bit later. I'm going to ask you guys to kind of just, we all need to take a big, huge, deep breath and assess what's really happening in the world. We're going to, after I read some of this, I want you guys to understand that I have noted that we should not, anybody should not listen to what China says they are going to do or what they ain't going to do, and just pay attention to what they're doing. So it says Bitcoin has been stunted today as Beijing decided to hold off on new China stimulus measures aimed to supporting the economy. This whole Bitcoin, XRP, we're gonna see all of this stuff. Bitcoin, XRP, oh, it's going down, oh, it's going up, oh, it's going down, oh, it's going up. It's all this fucking by the way, this is not a rated G channel, so I'm gonna try to watch my language a little bit more. But honestly, like it's just tiresome. That's why all of my videos, you guys see most of the time, I'm not even talking about the markets. Why? Because it's the same stuff over and over and over again. And for some of these content creators out there, oh, you know, Bitcoin went up. Oh, well, you know, we got a little bump today, and, you know, the future could be bright. Oh, we got a little bump cut today, you know, it's a little bit bleak for the next couple of months. Oh, we got to... They don't know. They don't fucking know. And for some of you guys, I'm a little bit frustrated because I've been trying to tell you guys, For some of you people out there, you are trying. I get it. Trust me, I get it. You're trying to get to the next level. You're trying to get in on a project early, so that and invest in something early so you can move forward with the project, and so that you can have a whole lot of money and be rich. Either be rich or maybe be well off. Maybe you pay off a couple of houses, or maybe a house. Maybe you only own first house. Maybe you could buy a car, or in my case, a damn hot tub. But anyway, regardless, we are dealing with a lot of stuff that's happening in the world. We're all trying to get to that next level. And let me tell you guys a huge secret. I'm going to tell you guys, it's a secret. Nobody gives a fuck. These guys who are manipulating the markets, they don't give a fuck. I need you guys to understand that. They don't care about your life. They don't care how much energy you put in. They don't care how much research you've done. They don't care about how much Bitcoin you have or where you're trying to go. They don't care about you trying to have a solid income. They don't care about you trying to avoid inflation. They don't care about any of those things. They don't care. So how do you care? You start caring about your life. And you do that by always doing your own research. Understanding. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. I gotta pause this. Sorry. Excuse me, you guys. I'm sorry. I have, friends that lost power and stuff like that. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry. So how do we care about our life? Because I'm not gonna get sidetracked with this. I kind of know what we want to talk about. I know some of my videos, I'm all over the place. Not today. We need to take a look at what we're doing in our lives. We need to take a look at how we're going to help ourselves and our lives, because other people, the rich millionaires, they just don't care. Some of these people who have these projects, they don't care. They're not saying anything because they don't care. And some of them are saying things and they are not saying anything. And we're going to get into that too. They don't care about the regular, everyday, and I was going to say American, but everyday, whatever country you're in. Now, you guys got the message. Now let's get into it. What are we talking about when I say let's take a look at yourself? What are you doing? How much research are you doing? And what is the philosophy behind what you are trying to do and where you're trying to go? And that a lot of it has I've noticed that a lot of people don't want to talk about philosophy. And you guys know I've been talking about this for a long time, years. You guys don't understand that this whole how you perceive the crypto market, it's philosophical. How you perceive saving or investing, it's all philosophical. It's all in having a viewpoint and learning how you're going to move forward. It really is. And so you got to make the right, excuse me guys, sorry about that. You guys got to make the right decisions on how you're going to handle this and how you're going to move forward. By the way, how are you going to move around all of this? So I said it. I'm sorry. It says, and this is all of these interviews and all of these articles and stuff. Listen to what they're saying. I'm gonna read one for you. Bitcoin has been stunted. Bitcoin has been stunted. Really? It's been the same price that it's been around for the last 2 months or so. Today, as Beijing decided to hold off on new China stimulus measures aimed at supporting the economy, investors had widely expected China's National Development and Reform Commission to outline additional stimulus measures Tuesday briefing after Chinese Golden Week holiday. Anticipation was high for continuation of government's September plans, which included rate cuts and liquidity support to invigorate the slowing economy. Instead, the briefing lacked urgency and specifics, with no new plan for further stimulus, underwhelming investors, and dented the market sentiment. Let me tell you guys something. It's always like this. I've said this long time. I remember saying this in my video. You guys are going to listen to China. When you read these things and China are doing certain things, they're not telling. There's a lot that China is not telling us. And so when they was talking about, oh, China banned Bitcoin. No, you got to pay attention. And I said, you have to understand that China probably is accumulating a lot of Bitcoin. If China says something, they're probably gonna either do the opposite or they're doing something else. They're not going to show their hand. It's a philosophical thing. It's also a warfare thing, but not the type of like physical war. It's a mental war. It's a philosophical war. And you just don't show your hand to other countries on exactly what you're doing or what your strategies are. You just don't. So yes, you take everything with a grain of salt when people tell you things. Okay? All right. Consequently, the Hang Seng Index posted its largest drop since 2008 and its second largest drop in 2000, falling 9.41. Meanwhile, the Bitcoin price dropped 2.86%. Oh my God, Lordy, it dropped 2.86%. Let us all just say a prayer for Bitcoin because it obviously has died. Give me a freaking break, people. For all of you guys are out there who are like huge Bitcoin fans, you need to really do some research on well, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, you probably have done plenty of research. But if you are but you really need to understand exactly where the world is going and how things are going to happen. The rich are going to get richer and the poor are going to get poorer and the middle class are just going to get freaking screwed. That's what's happening. It doesn't matter whether it's Bitcoin. If it's Bitcoin, basically the money and all of the investments and the money that are going, it's going to be flopped from TradFi into crypto, and what we're going to have is we're going to have a lot of people who are rich and then a lot of people who are poor because they didn't invest in crypto. Then they're going to get invested in crypto and then they're going to realize that, well, oh crap, it's too late. Well, we're looking at a $300,000, $400,000 Bitcoin. When we're looking at like a $3 or $4 hot. When we're looking at XRP being 589, yes, I said that on purpose. When we're looking at Ethereum at $24,000, people are going to be like, man, I really wish I had invested in it. And guess what? It's because you didn't do your research. And some of these people out here are they're so married to a project or to a coin that they really don't understand, hey, you know what? How is it helping me and how can I move forward? And what is it doing for the world or the economy? Or how is it going to flourish? And we all know, for the most part, Bitcoin is going to flourish. It is what it is. I'm sorry. That's the truth. Let's see here. While Bitcoin continues to range between 60 and 65K so far, October, positive development FTX's state creditor repayment process keep the outlook for a bullish Q4 intact. Are you kidding me? Who cares? Who freaking cares? Judge approves FTX bankruptcy plan clearing paths for repayments. Money will be entering markets. Billionaire stablecoins, billions of dollars in stablecoins will be distributed. To who? I'm going to tell you what it's going to be distributed to. It's going to be distributed to these damn millionaires who invested in FTX. As I stated before, they don't give a fuck about us. Us normal people. They just don't. And I am telling you guys, look at the narrative that they're giving us. Oh, everything is going to be great because FTX is paying everybody. No, I'm going to tell you how bankruptcy works. They're going to pay all of the major people and everybody else is just going to get fucked, or they get 2 or 3 cents. They're not going to get much. Again, that's the truth. That's what happens. And that's what happens to these businesses. They go and they fail, they have to liquidate their assets, and they pay all of these millionaires back. They don't pay us, the regular people, back. All right, let's move forward here. I'm done with the whole China thing, but I just want you guys to understand that, hey, when you're investing, I've completely not made, you guys know I've been making these videos. I don't make many videos talking about other cryptocurrency projects and stuff because it's all the news. It's all the same stuff over and 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 over again. It just is. And it gets tiresome. Just as much as you guys got tired of me saying over and over and over again, just as much time as I've gotten tired of reading all of these articles, and it's the same articles over again. All right. SEC commissioner confesses his crypto approach has fueled disaster for the whole country. You have to take this with a grain of salt as well. We do know we got this whole thing with Crypto.com is suing the SEC. SEC sent them a Wells notice. And once again, the SEC, look at the playbook, people. Remember the playbook back in the day with XRP? Oh, the head of the SEC. Oh, well, we're going to file a lawsuit right before we leave. But right before I leave. Good luck. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to file a lawsuit against XRP, and then I'm going to go work in the crypto space. Peace. That's what he did. And now I think we're going to see the same thing for Gary Gensler. His ass should have been gone a long time ago, but okay. Let's take it. So we got so that's just one of the other things about FTX. I'm not FTX, excuse me, about Crypto.com and XRP. They've been having a whole lot of trouble with the SEC. And again, this is one of those, the interview in my last video where this is the ambiguity that Lindsay was talking about. Miss Lindsay, Dr. Lindsay, however you want to say her name, was talking about during the interview. It was like, there's a lot of ambiguity here. There just is. All right. As markets embark onto a new frontier of cryptocurrency in recent years, the top federal agency that oversees financial services admitting its crypto approach has been wrong. I think our policies and our approach over the last several years have been just really a disaster for the whole industry. The commissioner of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Mark Ueda, said on Mornings with Maria Wednesday. Now, listen here. If you guys haven't listened to the hearings in Congress between the SEC and Congress, you really should. And I know that a lot of the other top crypto YouTubers out there, they really have showed it. I like TechPath. TechPath shows a lot of that as well. It's really cool. So yeah, just very entertaining. We have been sending, and by the way, Gary Gensler don't like this guy. We have been sending this policy through enforcement. We've done nothing to provide guidance on it. He continued, and as a result, this has been achieved by the courts, and different courts have ruled different ways. See, it's just truth. So now, there's just a lot of arguing. They're ruling different ways. We don't know which way we're going. And this is what the Holochain organization was like, man, we don't know what the hell they're going to do here in America. Let's just go and we'll find somewhere else to build our infrastructure. And unfortunately, that's just the truth for a lot of different other crypto projects as well. And this is why that there are probably a couple of other crypto projects that want to be here in the United States or have their token here in the United States, and they just can't because nothing's clear. Look, these people are playing games. They know. And they're all just biding their time, and they're using millions. And SEC is using millions and millions of tax dollars just to get nowhere. Unbelievable. All right. Oh, this was a joke. HBO filmmaker believes he found Bitcoin's creator, whose identity has been known. I forgot who his name is, but they were like, he's not. He's like, I'm not Bitcoin creator. I'm not Satoshi Nakamoto. You know, I'm like, look, people. This is the stuff I'm talking about. This is ridiculous. This does nothing for you in your life. Nothing. And the knowledge that we've been given has done nothing for us. Some of you guys have asked me. Here's a rich one. I'm gonna get into this in a second. XRP falls after SEC appeals to 2023 ruling said token was not a security. XRP falls. What do you mean falls? Last time I checked, where's it at? XRP is at 53%. I mean 53 cents. That's about in line with Bitcoin cryptocurrency, and it's still the number 7 coin out there. I'm gonna tell you guys something. In my opinion, if you're not invested in a project that is the future, it's not gonna work. And I'm gonna tell you a couple projects that I believe is going to be in the future, and we can look well ahead. And I'm talking about the stuff that's out now, not the stuff that's gonna be coming out soon. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, probably Algorand, Avalanche, Filecoin, and a couple of there's plenty of others, and obviously there'll be a couple of meme coins in there because people like following meme coins. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Sorry. So, we really have to. I lost my track because I sorry about that. I was talking about the ridiculousness of this. Oh, the projects that are so those are some of the top projects out there. A couple of meme coins out there. It's just crazy how these are going to be. There's a lot of infrastructure built, so they're going to be here for a long time, whether you like it or not. And for some of you guys who are maximalists for all of these other coins, or these coins against this coin, and this was going to win, and this was going to win, this is going to win, and this and all that kind of stuff. Let me tell you guys something. You're wrong. Because for the most part, a lot of these major projects are going to win, and they are going to be sticking around for a long time. That is the truth, whether you like it or not. Okay? Who cares if SRP falls a little bit? Look at this. And they're talking about the SEC, and here we go talking about the SEC again. And the whole thing, whether it's a and it says renewed SEC push versus Ripple. Look, Gary Gensler don't fucking care. He's out there just trying. Look, that dude is out there trying to make his money. He is going to play the game until he can't play it no more. And when he's done, he's done. That's it. So, yeah. I want you guys to be very careful. I'm going to segue into something. Before I get into this here with Charles Hoskinson, I want you guys to be very careful. There's going to be a lot of ways to lose your money in the crypto space. And I'm going to tell you guys, here's a couple of things that may restrict you. I'm going to tell you how bull runs happen. Or what happens during bull runs, excuse me. You're going to make a lot of money. Now, let's say you don't have you have a certain coin, but it's not available in your country, but you got it from some exchange that your country allows, but it doesn't really, it doesn't have a coin or a token. Have you guys paid attention what's been happening in the EU with Tether, right? And why? Think about this. Why in the world will all of a sudden Tether have a problem, Coinbase have a problem with Tether? I'm going to tell you, this is just my opinion. This is what I mean by paying attention. If you're a country, Coinbase, American country, and you have a product in another country, you want funds to go towards you, and you want to be able to take advantage of those funds. Well, Tether is not an American company, right? It's run on Ethereum, but it's not, in America. Tether is all over the place. What is? USDC. So they say, hey, use USDC. We recommend you use USDC. Why? Because Circle's connected to the US. If you're investing in USDC, you're invested in the US. That's what it is. That's truth, people. Why don't they do it here in the United States? I'm going to tell you, it's very simple. Why haven't they got rid of Tether on Coinbase in the United States? Because all of the money is staying in the United States. When people here in the US gets Tether, they're going to probably put it into their bank, or they're going to exchange it on the Coinbase so that it can go into a bank, which keeps it in America. People, we really got to start paying attention to what's happening here. The overall picture, not these little minute things. Oh, it's going up and down. Not none of that stuff. The major stuff that's going to affect you. And how is that going to affect you? It's simple. Because if you have, let's say you get a project, and let's just say it has, I don't know, I'm going to say Kakashi coin, right? So you got Kakashi coin over here. I'm making up a coin. You got Kakashi coin over here, and you want to exchange it. You take Kakashi coin, and then you change it. Well, it's not in my Coinbase in the EU, so I'm going to change it. I don't know. I can't do Tether anymore. This doesn't have Circle. Oh, they do have Circle. I'm going to go to Circle. You put the money in the Circle. Bam. There you go. Got you. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. This is all part of, not Choke Point 2.0, but it's a very similar thing to just kind of bottleneck all of their resources back, right? So, back into your country. So this is what we have, people. This is what's going on. And so you can get stuck because you're like, oh man, I got all this Tether. If your exchange don't have anything that where you can change it back, you're going to lose a lot of money. Why? Because you're going to be like, well, everybody has Bitcoin. So then you're going to sell all of your coins, put it into Bitcoin, transfer it over to the exchange that you can use, then change that Bitcoin into Circle or some stable coin, and then change that out into fiat currency. That's how the game is played. Some of you guys have ledgers, some of you don't. I'm going to say be very careful. Some of you guys are depending on a specific project to come out or move forward during the bull run or during a bull run. I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm not trusting them, and here's my strategy for this. I don't have a whole lot of coins and tokens like most of you guys, but let me tell you something. Here's what I'm going to do. If you're not out yet, if your project is not moving forward, if I don't see, and I don't care, you can be Holochain, you can be Holo, you can be whatever it is, whatever project is out there. If I have the opportunity to take only $30,000 or $40,000, if it goes off and be able to help my life now, I'm not waiting another 6 to 8 years for you to get your shit together. I'm just not. There are a lot of people who are struggling, who are looking to find answers to their everyday lives. Not everybody out there is wanting to own a Lambo. Not everybody out there is wanting to buy a bunch of yachts and have some half-naked women all over their boat. Not everybody out there is trying to gather and create all of these parties so they can get drunk. A lot of people are out here to survive. That is the main goal. And if you or any company out there can't provide any kind of direction, and I'm not just talking about Holochain or Holo or any of those kind. I'm just using them as an example. I am telling you guys, I don't care. I'm taking advantage and I'm out. And obviously, I can use Holo as an example. I still have my Holo port. By the way, Holo port's working great. It did turn off because my power turned off. And I will say, every time I turn this damn thing on, it just pops back on, connects on, and moves forward. So that's a really positive thing. Really loving it. But I don't care. I'm still involved in the project. But let me tell you guys something. We have to move on with our lives. We have to get, what are your hobbies? What are the things that you're doing in life? How are you having fun? How are you enjoying things in life? And how are you moving forward with your finances, with savings? I'm gonna tell you guys something else. I totally understand. There are a lot of people out there who are in relationships in which the woman don't understand or the man don't understand. You're like, hey babe, this is gonna be a future, and then they look at you and they've been looking at you for the last 3.5, 4 years, and like, well, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Looks like a crazy ass market to me. It don't look very dependable to me. Oh, well, this project is great. And I don't care what the project is. It doesn't look like it's doing anything. All the real world assets, not really real world right now. It's not really making a dent in the market as far as your finances is concerned. We're living in the now. We're not living 15 years from now. And so for me, I have been improving my life and doing the things in my life to move forward because I totally understand that my life does not revolve around them. And they don't revolve around me either. It goes both ways. And not only that, but they don't care. Now we're going to get into some leadership stuff. And this is what the part where I'm going to start talking about a little bit about Holo here. So, Charles Hoskinson. You guys know how I feel about him. He says Ethereum is a dictatorship, claims Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson. Hoskinson says Ethereum network is more like a dictatorship where Vitalik Buterin exerts too much influence over the development of the decentralized network. Well, at least he called it decentralized. Cardano's Voltaire governance overhaul prevents it from becoming a dictatorship like Ethereum and sidesteps the anarchy of Bitcoin, its founder Charles Hoskinson said. Speaking to Cointelegraph in 2049, in Singapore, Hoskinson attacked Ethereum's governance model, claiming it relies too heavy on its co-founder Vitalik Buterin for direction. Hoskinson said that the blockchains can elect to keep the protocol forever simple like Bitcoin or pick a king to run things. However, Cardano's new governance model solves the governance trilemma of efficiency, effectiveness, and integrity by using delegated representatives and a member-based organization called Intersect distill complex government topics down for a vote. Let me tell you guys something. Anytime, and I'm going to tell you this as an American citizen, because I know for a fact how the government works. I know anytime you have this word vote here, what does that think? A lot of people like, oh, I get a choice. No, that means that you have to be influenced or persuaded to, and then you make a choice. But let me tell you what happens. A lot of people are easily persuaded to vote a certain way because they don't do their research. And guess what? We're going to go back to picking a king because that's what it is, a popularity contest. And that's what it will be. We're living in a world where people are not doing their proper research. They're not having, their reasoning and logic does not make any kind of sense. There's no flow chart to their logic. It's just not. He says, if you have those three things, then you have a fair shot of avoiding the anarchy of Bitcoin or the dictatorship of Ethereum, and you actually have something that can move forward with one voice. But it's still decentralized at the end of the day because it represents everybody. Charles Hoskinson is basically telling everyone, hey, don't Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's all manipulated. He's right. And join this protocol because it's going to be better than anything else. He's wrong. But it's better than the previous. He might be right. But are people going to accept that majorly? Probably not. I do think it's going to be, Cardano's going to be around for a very long time. Do I think another project will work more efficiently than blockchain? Absolutely. There's a lot of distributed ledger technologies out there. You guys know the one I think is going to be the winner. But yeah, so when it comes to scalability, when it comes to blockchain, it's just a lot really slow. So in recent months, the Ethereum roadmap has been heavily criticized for empowering extractive L2s as fee revenue activity on the L1 drop. Where does the idea of bracing layer 2s or rollups come from? Was it some random Ethereum engineer, or was it Vitalik Buterin writing a blog post about it, talking about it, and advocating for it? So, you know, once again, here we are, I don't know, 5 years later, and we're still dealing with the same stuff. We all know that Charles Hoskinson used to work with Ethereum. I believe he did. And then he no longer works on the Ethereum team or whatever, and then created Cardano. There's just a lot of stuff that we just don't know. We don't know what they're... I do know that Charles Hoskinson, his attitude and his personality seems like a bit of babyish to me. And let me explain why. I do think he's a very mature individual. I'm not saying he's act like a kid, but I do think that some of the things that he says, for example, when he was asked about Holochain, and I'm just rubbing up on this, I rub up on it all the time, because it's like, yo, you said you didn't like what the community had to say, but you didn't want to pay attention to the founders of somebody where they have an entire distributed ledger technology entirely different. So you wanted to go to the community and not the people who actually, it just doesn't make any sense to me. He also stated that in his last video, you should watch it, that, you know, they're trying to work together and create things, you know, like Algorand and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you something. If he has anything to do with Algorand, they're all going to be connected. And a lot of these blockchain projects are going to have a lot to do with Holochain. So just throwing it out there. So, you know, once again, we're used to these CEOs and founders. This is going back. Now I'm going to start talking about Holo here. We're used to these CEOs and founders having a voice, speaking up, saying, okay, where's the direction? What are we trying to do? And then we have these founders, now not of Holochain, but of Holo. Now, first off, we need to find out who's going to be the leader, who's going to be the voice of all of this stuff, or is it just going to continue on to be the same, you know, Mary Camacho or Matt Schutte, some of these guys, and, you know, it's like, okay, what is the philosophy? How are you guys going to persuade? Like, what are we doing here, right? And I think that's something that the Holochain team has been missing. They've been missing a voice. And a lot of times these voices come from the founders, because it's kind of odd that he is talking about Vitalik Buterin, but this dude is on YouTube making videos all the time. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying that, you know, he's trying to persuade people to believe certain things. And he has half-truths there. You got to really watch out for people who have truths, but he has half-truths there. So, again, people, you got to be very, very careful about how we are seeing things. And so when we're looking at the Holo organization, we understand, a lot of us, my buddy Edward, he's tired. We're all tired. We're tired of not knowing exactly what's going to happen. We don't know, like last bull run. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Last bull run, we didn't know whether they were going to, we're going to be coming out. We're going to, no, it's Holochain, not Holo, that's going to be launching and all this kind of stuff. And they're wording, and everything was all over the place. And people had money that they could have taken out, and it would have been plenty for them to move forward. But they didn't, because they didn't understand what was happening. And I didn't understand what was happening. I don't think nobody understood what was happening. So again, here we go again. Oh, no. We're not falling for that again. Here's what's going to happen. Holo has not launched yet. In January, February, whenever the bull run really starts to peak off, I'm out. All there is to it. And I may come back, I may reinvest, but I don't have a lot as it is, and so having a little bit is better. A little bit more is better than having nothing at all. And I gotta move forward with my life. People, you gotta move forward with your life, because depending on them, it's obvious that you want to talk about ambiguity. We don't understand what the hell is going on with Holo. I'm not talking about Holo Chain. I'm talking about Holo. And I think I understand that there's a lot of frustration, probably on their end. But there's a lot of businesses and organizations. Hey man, we're ready for you to come out. Come on, because you can already tell there's a lot of not smoke. There's a little bit embers there with Holo Chain. Like they're deep into it. They're like, okay, let's do this. Let's build on top of this. Okay, we got this. They're making progress, and they're doing all kinds of things to move forward. And when we look at Holo, what? We need some meat and potatoes. And I'm just like, you know what? You gotta chill. I'm like, all right. You just wait. Are they gonna do what they're gonna do, or they're not? And you gotta move forward with your life. It would be nice to be able to participate in certain things. I'm still gonna be participating in Holo whenever they take off. But my life is not gonna be revolved around whether hot takes off, Holo Fuel takes off, whatever it takes off. My life is not going to be revolved around that, because I got to move forward. I'm not going to base my life, especially from a team where the CEO seems to be secretive a little bit. He's doing a lot behind the scenes. I can't be too, like, I'm not a genius. I don't understand some of this shit. Like, a lot of their stuff that they're doing, I'm never going to be able to do in my whole entire life. Not a lot, all of it, just about. I'm not as intelligent as they are when it comes to creating and building things. But let me tell you something. When it comes to actually having a voice, when it comes to speaking up, when it comes to talking, when it comes to really letting people know, okay, here's who I am, here's what I'm trying to do, and here's how it's going to happen, here's my logic behind it. If you have an organization, it should be nothing for you. This should be number one, is understanding you have to have proper organization. Now maybe that's because now when I know what I'm talking about, oh boy, I can go at it. When I don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, I can kind of get all over the place, so I understand some of my videos with you guys. That's just the truth. So I'm not going to talk too much about it, but in my ministry days, when you're up and you're preaching and you're talking about things that you know and you have good logic behind it, and you say, hey, this is what we should be doing, and it's bam, 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 bam. Point 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got here. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Everybody understands. He is telling the truth. This is what we need to do. We are all in agreement. Let's go. In the sports world, it's the same thing. Ha ha ha, rah rah rah. You need to do your job. You need to cut. You need to slam dunk. You need to pass the ball right. You need to do whatever it is. Cross him over. He's slow. What is that? This is the game plan. Okay, chest bump. Move forward. That's what it's about. With the Holo Chain, with the Holo organization, we're trying to understand how we can all come together and be like, hey, high five each other. Understand that we may have our different viewpoints, because Holo Chain, is very, very extremely big as far as the things that you can do with it. The whole organization is a little bit smaller, just a little bit though, but there's a lot that you can do with Holo Fuel, or how having a mutual credit currency. But we're all just trying to figure out, hey, how are we going to move forward with this? How are we going to get together? How are we going to high five each other when we got so many different ways? We got so many people out there that see Holo Fuel and all these in the Holo Chain, and they see it as different ways. And so when a lot of people like Charles Hoskinson or anybody else, they come in the community and say, hey, what is this hot token? I hear it going up. Holo Fuels are where it's at. Blah, blah, blah. Hot's trash. Blah, blah, blah. Fiat currency. And we're like, what the fuck, dude? Okay, I'm out. I don't know what the hell you guys are doing. Now, with proper leadership, you're able to tell people in general who are following you, who are part of your program, not part of your program, but who are part of your community, and say, hey, listen, this is how we want to do things and this is how it's going to go. And you can sit here and you can talk about all of these things, but let's be positive. That's what true leadership is. Hey, I understand. I understand that he doesn't take out the trash when you ask him to. But hey, let me ask you something. What about this, and this? It's all about proper leadership, proper guidance, proper counseling, all of these things. The world is falling apart. People are trying to look for places to go and things to do and really improve their life. And we got so much stuff going on that we can't focus on ourselves and be a complete being that we really need to be, because we're so focused on what everybody else is doing or what a specific company or organization is doing. And by the way, they're not even like Charles Hoskinson. That may be a good thing. There are all kinds of leaders in the world. But let me tell you guys something. In order for all of us to make it as human beings, to move forward in a more positive direction, we're going to have to work together. And we're going to have to figure out things together. We're going to solve problems together. And everybody that's within the Holochain community, we're going to have to find a way to come together. Yeah, we may disagree on some things, but find a way to come together, create solutions. There are a lot of things I want to talk to a lot of people about, especially with Holochain. And the Holochain and a lot of the apps that's going to be run on Holochain can solve a whole lot of problems. They really can. But it's how you use it, how it functions. There's a lot of ideas I have. I don't have a community to talk to about this on a long, I make videos and stuff like that, but I mean, to talk on a deep level, not really. So, look, people, I'm going to end it there. That's pretty much all I had to say. But at the end of the day, my game plan, after this bull run, I'm out. I'm out, and I'm going to reassess everything after I'm out. Because we're just tired, and we're trying to move forward with our lives. And all this drama and all of this shit that's going on, yes, please do your research. We all need to pay attention to research. But all of these little trash ass news that's out here, come on, man. You're either going to do it or you're not. It's either going to be there or it's not. I think that the Holo team, I think the Holo team are trying to do the best that they absolutely can. But I'm gonna tell you something. I play basketball. There are some people out there, man. They're just trying the absolute best that they can, and you look at them and you're like, have you even been practicing? I don't look at the Holo organization. There's a lot that has going on in the background, but I will say this: when you're trying to create something, when you're trying to communicate, you guys are a for-profit organization, and for a lot of people who are in business, or let me tell you something. I understand you guys got a lot of people who are within the business. The new lady Lindsay, Dr. Lindsay, even Mary Camacho, even Matt Schutte, you guys all have business degrees, or even been part of business and building Fortune 500 companies and everything else in between. And let me tell you guys something. Everybody from who has a well higher IQ than I am, and a very even to the lower IQ levels, anybody of any intelligence will look at you guys and say, have you even been practicing? I need you guys to get it together. We don't know what's going on. A lot of us still support Holo and Holochain because we absolutely positively believe in the direction that you're going. You're just gonna have to formulate something, some words together, some things together, a plan together to say, hey, this is how we're gonna move forward. This is what we're doing, and this is what we're going to accomplish. Okay? All right, that's just my advice. I mean, I'm no genius. I'm really not. So as I've always said, you guys, I know this video is a little bit different, but please do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. And last but not least, but above all else, please, 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 please stay safe out there, okay? Bye, you guys.